I'm Johnny Phantom. I talk all things Phantom. So without further ado, let's get right into today's video. And make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and let's get started. Today we're going to be talking about Maui Mallard. Now, if you watched my video on Monday, I went through a playthrough of the game called Cold Shadow, which was released for Nintendo in the US in 1996. Yeah, it was released for Nintendo in 1996. Sorry, it was released for Sega Genesis in 1985 in Europe. Then it was released for Microsoft Windows in 1986 in North America. It was also released in Super Nintendo in 1996 for Japan and Europe. And then North America got 1997 release on Nintendo. And then for Game Boy in 1998. Now, Maui Mallard is this character in Cold Shadow who is kind of like a Magnum PI. And the whole basis of the game is you go through this tropical island and this idol gets stolen. So you have to then therefore find the idol and return it back to its rightful place before the island explodes. And so it's kind of like Indiana Jones-esque. A Temple of Doom, you have to return those stones back to the rightful place, yada yada yada. Well, Maui Mallard, this is Private Eye, who goes on an investigation, kind of like Indiana Jones, except he wears like a Hawaiian shirt. So he goes on an investigation to try to find out this idol missing, and then you go through a training process with these ninjas of the island, and you learn the art of ninja, and then you can transform into ninja and fight all that stuff. And at one point you actually go to hell. It's kind of weird, but eventually you do find the idol and return it back to rightful place. It's a typical side-scrolling game, jumping on a platform, doing this and that, fighting, like all the Nintendo games were back in the day. The cool things is you have the staff. It has a cool mechanic where you actually jump up, get the staff stuck. You can actually like climb up certain things that you can't do without the staff. So you have to turn into a ninja to get to certain locations in the levels. And there's a really cool mechanic of the game where you have to get these coins in order to transform into the ninja form of Cold Shadow is the name of the ninja form. And there are certain levels of the game where you have to transform back into Maui in order to get to the level, because there's certain skills that the ninja can't do that Maui can, and there's certain skills that the ninja can do that Maui can't. So you have to like decide which one to transform back and forth to. It's kind of neat. It's a cool mechanic, and for that time it was just fantastic. Maui Mallard is a medium-boiled detective visiting tropical island when mysterious Shabam idol goes missing. And unless the idols are covered, the whole island will explode. Maui Mallard is put on a case where he gains the ability to change into Cold Shadow, a native village where Maui is thrown into a volcano as a sacrifice to native gods. Maybe that's what I was thinking of. I was like, what the hell? Maybe just get thrown into the volcano. What the hell? Either way. For a volcano sacrifice to native gods, Maui survives the volcano, and the island is put him through a test of his duckhood. Yeah, all the characters in this game are ducks. The butlers that try to kill you with ducks. The other ninjas, the other Native Americans, whatever, Native tribe members, they're all ducks. So this is a big thing about the Duckverse. It's all ducks. But we're going to get to that in a minute. Which Maui passes, of course, because you have to pass the test in order to beat the game. The only one who knows the location of the Shabam has long since died, and Maui goes to recover his remains from the bottom of the sea before going through the land of the dead to escort his soul to rest. Ultimately, the location of Shabam Shabam is revealed, and Maui goes head to head with the witch doctor at his Mojo stronghold over the idol. Maui is triumphant, and as a sign of their gratitude, the islanders named the island after their hero, despite their misgivings that the name Mallard has a little potential for attracting tourists. Now, Mallard. If you've been following my channel for a while, and you know my whole Duckverse thing, Mallard is the last name of Drake Mallard, who is Darkwing Duck. So Maui Mallard is related to Darkwing Duck. And we also have the Mallard in the Donald Duck family tree related to Donald. So it's all family. This is like Donald's third cousin somehow. However, Maui Mallard, that being aside, in the European, Japanese versions of the game, they had this as the cover. Donald Duck as Maui Mallard in Cold Shadow. But when it released in America, they wiped it clean of Donald Duck. So is it Donald Duck, or is it Maui Mallard? Or is it Donald Duck as Maui Mallard? It's just so confusing, and I don't understand. And nothing else I can find. I can't find any information about it. There's no interviews about it. There's no nothing from the creators of the game. Like, yep, there's Donald Duck. Or, nope, we just decided to change that when they, like, makes my head hurt. So, for the sake of the Duckverse theory, we're going to talk about this and try to figure it out. After I take a breather, a nice sip of some white peach, ready to drink to relax. If you want to try some, go to reppsports.com. That's reppsports.com. Use code Johnny Huey, save yourself 15% off. And let's get back to the video. So, now that we're back, we have the Duckverse timeline. As many of you know, because you've been following me for a while, this is the Duckverse timeline. The crazy, convoluted, woo-woo-wummy, timey-wimey, all because of Scrooge McDuck. So I'm going to go quick brief history before we punch in Maui Mallard and or Donald Duck. Because Donald Duck's only part of this theory, it works out. So, Scrooge McDuck born in 1867. Scrooge McDuck dies in 1967. However, he's also alive in the DuckTales reboot, which takes place in 2017. So there is a separate timeline where a thing breaks off and creates a new timeline where he lives longer. Than 100 years. Then we also have the original DuckTales taking place on one timeline, DuckTales on another timeline. We have something happening here that creates Donald Duck to be born later rather than earlier. And we even have, I got messed up there, I don't know why. Okay. We have Darkwing Duck, which is all these purple lines because Darkwing Duck has so many different backgrounds and theories and timelines and alternate dimensions. It's insane. So you can't keep track of Darkwing Duck, but it does connect here at some point. Like we also see Darkwing Duck in the 2017 of DuckTales. So that Darkwing Duck does connect over here. And we also have another Darkwing Duck connecting to the other timeline. It's all crazy. Now, we even have the Seven Dwarfs. They're not ducks, but the Seven Dwarfs are part of it because Scrooge McDuck owns the mine, and we know that the mine exists in this timeline here, where the Seven Dwarfs dig the mines for Scrooge McDuck. And it's in the comic book. I even made a video about this a long time ago, about how the Seven Dwarfs work for Scrooge McDuck. So go check out that video when you get a chance. Also, go check out the Duckverse videos where I go over this whole thing in a 2-part video. Whew, that's a lot. Go check it out. We even have, this is one of my favorites, Duck Thulu. That's right. Duck Thulu is canon in the Duckverse. I'm not lying. Okay, so let's discuss this real quick. If Donald Duck is Maui Mallard playing a character as a spy in like a TV show, as if it were, or a video game, that's going to create an additional timeline down here, which is going to connect back to another theory that I have. So this is a whole alternate dimension down here where all cartoons are created, all cartoons are real, all cartoons are actors. Because we see this in Who Framed Roger Rabbit and Rescue Rangers, and those two movies are in the same universe, on the same timeline. It was released in 1988. Okay. 1988. And Rescue Rangers. (2022). Okay. Who Framed Roger Rabbit came out in 1988. Rescue Rangers came out in 2022. So, if Donald Duck is just an actor who plays additional movies and characters, such as Baloo plays Baloo in Jungle Book and Baloo in Tailspin, two completely different characters. One is a wild bear in a jungle, one is a anthropomorphic bear that wears yellow jackets and flies airplanes. So if we look at Who Framed Roger Rabbit and Rescue Rangers as real life, and that cartoon characters and stuff are just created as actors, which we do see happen in both those films, then we could say in 1996 we have Donald Duck as Maui Mallard. So now Donald Duck plays an alternate character called Maui Mallard in that franchise of Cold Shadow, which was only one franchise. Never anything else popped up it, which was kind of cool. They should make a TV show. I would totally watch a TV show of Cold Shadow. Disney, what are you doing? You have this awesome concept. You have the story already. Make a TV show. It was a great game. Very popular. I mean, just look at this game. Like, look what you can do. You run around as Donald Duck. You can also transform into a ninja. Like, come on. back to the timeline. So we have, if we have Maui Mallard just playing. Now, here's the thing. We have which timeline? Whoa, okay. Okay. We have Drake Mallard, which is both Darkwing Ducks in both timelines. Now, in the 2017 timeline, the green one down here, Drake Mallard is a super fan of Darkwing Duck TV show and movies and becomes the new actor for the movie because he beat out Jim Sterling, who was the original actor. And then Drake Mallard becomes the real Darkwing Duck with his real companion as Launchpad. So if Drake Mallard is just another, if Maui Mallard is just another actor, that could fall under, let's see, what color do I want to use? Let's use blue. So 1981, 2005, somewhere in 1996, Maui Mallard, Cold Shadow. So in 1986, on this timeline, Maui Mallard is a character in the show which produced the game called Cold Shadow. Now, there is no show. There was no show, but in this universe, I'd say there was a show and it was popular, and he became the Magnum PI of that time, and they created a game called Cold Shadow. So in this timeline, Maui Mallard plays the character Cold Shadow. However, it could also be that Maui Mallard becomes Cold Shadow. So Maui Mallard is the character. So let's say this. Maui Mallard is Cold Shadow. So Maui Mallard, just like his nephew, possibly, Drake Mallard became Darkwing Duck, he became Cold Shadow. So this is going to happen on both timelines, just obviously at different points. So Maui Mallard is Cold Shadow. He is a superhero, just like Darkwing Duck, but he only falls under two timelines. Doesn't have all this crazy theory stuff like Darkwing Duck does. Anyway, that's a lot. So thank you guys so much for watching. Please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and check out all the links down below for my merch store. Hit that join button. Check my Patreon page. Go check out my podcast. Whatever it may be, go support me. It helps me out a lot so I can continue making crazy stuff like this, because no one else just thinks of this stuff. Like this is what my mind does. This is my mind throughout the day. I see a duck character, I'm like, where does he fall on the timeline? Hit the like button just for that, because no one else has this. This is my creation. Anyway, thank you guys again so much for watching. See you next time. Before you go, check out that video and that one. And yeah.